Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous Redux version. I'm your host, Colors Fade. It's episode 23. We're in Dresden, and we are preparing to move on and finish the rest of the Citadel. But first we have these mythic levels to give everybody. So Ember is going to get Abundant Casting. She already has Ascendant Element Fire, which is what she needs. She ends up being so much fun later. There's a bunch of gear you can give her to augment her fire and make the difficulty classes of her fire spells even harder to resist and all that jazz. But she just ends up being able to do so much raw damage with her fire. It's really, really cool. I like her as a character a lot because of the way that she's just kind of special. You know, she's got a few heals. You can give her some heals along the way, and you should. But she becomes Fire Maniac. As far as land goes, there's a really, really cool ability here. It's called Cleaving Shot. I love it because it has two triggers. I'm going to select it right there. And each time you do critical damage with your ranged weapon attack or reduce the target to 0 hit points, you deal your weapon damage to all other enemies in a 10-foot radius. I love it because there are two trigger conditions for that. And then hitting everybody in a 10-foot radius is completely awesome. Social's going to get abundant casting. Oh, he has abundant casting. He's going to take the next one. This gives him more level 4, 5, 6 spells. This character is going to choose this thing way at the bottom, and it's called Unrelenting Assault. If you keep fighting, you get a +2 bonus to your attacks for, I think, as long as if you're missing but you keep attacking, you keep getting the stacking +2 bonus up to +10. So you can notice here I'm fiddling around and noticing she's the Blood Rager. This is a mistake. I'm going to respec this character later into a regular Barbarian that does regular rage because I made the mistake of not understanding that Blood Rage and Rage are two different things. Blood Raiders are actually a spontaneous casting class that gets spells. They get spells really, really slow. But there's a way to use that to your advantage in a two-handed fighter class, and I don't figure it out until much later. So what we're going to end up doing with this character is respecking them into a regular rage class, and then I'm going to get smart later and ask some questions on Reddit and respec it. And if it sounds like I'm speaking from the future, it is because I am. The first 8 minutes of this video, I noticed when I put it into DaVinci, it was not recording my voice. Apparently my microphone was on mute. And so as I'm starting to edit this video, I'm like, where's the intro? Where's my intro? What's going on? As I'm doing the voiceover right now here for the first 8 minutes of episode 23, I'm currently recording like episode 29 or something like that. And that's when I figured out how to properly build that two-handed fighter as a Blood Rager. It's a really interesting class at like level 13. You have about 5 levels of Blood Rage, I think. You end up with improved uncanny dodge and 2 spells. You only need 2 spells. She's not going to wear any armor, and she's going to end up with 15 to 16 more points of armor class. So instead of being armor class 20 and swinging a two-handed Fauchard, she's going to be like armor class 35 and swinging the two-handed class Fauchard, and she's going to have improved uncanny dodge and can't be caught flat-footed. It takes a monk level. It takes... I give her 3 levels of Slayer. She gets backstab damage. You go for the crit multipliers and all that stuff, and she ends up being really cool. And she just ends up with the ability to cast 2 spells, armor, mage armor, and shield. And you give her as a mythic ability the ability to do archmage armor. And so as a level 4 mythic character, she gets 4 additional armor from that. So her mage armor spell gets cast in it. It's worth 8, which is incredibly awesome. So that's what we'll be doing with her, but that's going to take a couple of respecs. It's just, Pathfinder's a little weird in this way, and then it allows you to grab all of these other classes and multi-class them. And I'm an old school Dungeons and Dragons player, so I have been reticent to engage in that massive multi-classing. There's some Omoxes in this next room the character is going to go after. The thing is, way back in 2.5, when Baldur's Gate 1 came out and Baldur's Gate 2, and I really started to play all these computer role-playing games. I've never been much of a tabletop player, but I started playing all the computer ones, all the Infinity games, Icewind Dale, all that stuff. And the most elaborate thing you could do there was a non-human, so it had to be like an elf or something, fighter, mage, thief, multiclass. And then later on in the 3.5 rules that Neverwinter Nights 2 was made on, you could grab as many classes you wanted, but if they ever deviated more than one level from each other, you took huge experience point bonuses, experience point penalties for it. So you earned experience much slower than everybody else. So the thing you wanted to do was either just handle the experience and know you're going to be leveling slower than everybody else and have a really good reason for doing that way, or keep all your multi-class levels close to each other. Now you have Pathfinder, now like, nah, grab one level here and grab 2 levels of this and grab 1 level of this, and you can have these really, 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 really multi-classed characters with all, you know, totally optimized with huge numbers and stuff like that. And I still haven't figured out how to make them that huge, but here I grabbed the wrong spell. Instead of healing undead, I harmed everybody around me, and it was because they're just in the wrong order on my bar. So, but my crew is going to heal, and then what we're going to do is camp, and then we're going to go upstairs and have the final big fight of this Dresden here, and then Dresden will be free, be all ours. So that's what's going to happen after we loot a couple of the containers. At any rate, there's going to be some multi-classing going on with that two-handed fighter, and there's going to be some more mercenaries hired, and we're going to swap out land eventually for a brown fur transmuter who can buff the team to the gills, and it ends up being pretty fun. So stick with me. We're going to camp and move on.
Wow, I feel new power surging within me. Sometimes it really does scare me, though. Can this really be a gift from Iomedae?
You know, before I used to have terrible sneezing fits caused by certain grasses, and now the sneezing stopped. Do you think that's because of the new power too?
Lan is a lot like me in a lot of ways. Like, have you ever seen the meme about astrology? It's like, you know, what's your sign or whatever, and the guy's like, dinosaur, and the lady says, there is no dinosaur, that's not real, and he's like, none of them are real. That's me. I'm the jerk when it comes to that stuff. What's your sign? I'm a Virgo. I'm a dinosaur. Dinosaur is not real. Yeah, I know. Okay, we forgot to buff, so in that case, let's try to...
Am I doing it wrong?
No, you're not. I'm going to buff all the rest of you guys. Socio, we did the absolute wrong thing here. Okay. Ember, see if you can keep making people fall asleep. She did make people fall asleep. Get him, everybody. Okay, that was a little ridiculous.
The world has suffered enough.
All right, and then me. Give me this. Okay. Now we can properly buff. But let's loot everything, because I'm not sure
Into the fray.
what we actually have a chance to loot here. Darling. Buff.
Yes. We'll make things right.
Will we? Are you sure about that? Are you certain? Let's see. Damage.
Search for beauty with your heart, not your eyes.
She gets this. What else do we have here? Death Ward, but I don't know. Do we need to worry about Death Ward? We might. Staunton might have some weird negative level thing going on. I can't remember. That. Alright, and now you. What do you got? Oh, yeah. I don't think any of them have. I don't think we need to worry about this, but I'm going to buff with it anyways. Buff with that. Protection from evil. I only care about communal. I don't think there's any fire spells going on or anything like that here, but just in case. Let's go. Let's go in here. There's nothing in here, is there? Oh, there's these guys. There's guys in here then. Couldn't remember if there were dudes in here or not. Oh, there's a bow. Okay, collect all that loot, because... There we go. This way. Doink. And in we go. Look at you two.
Run, sweetie. Let's go. Why are you so slow? They're almost here.
I'm not going anywhere.
The dwarf's cracked voice sounds like raspy, rusty metal.
Don't you feel it? He's got that damn rag with him. I can't teleport. He's going to kill us.
If he kills us, then so be it. But this is my city, and I will fight for it to the end. And you, my love, you will be with me to the end.
Hello, Minago. Greetings, Mr. Misery Guts. It's us again.
Oh, I can't make Staunton come back, so it doesn't really matter. Time to decide the fate of Dresden.
Right. No point in wasting time talking. To arms!
That's right. No point in wasting time talking.
Darling.
Stop whining! Didn't you swear your eternal love to me? Promised we'd rule Dresden together? Now shut your lying mouth and fight! Whatever end fate has in store for me, you will share it!
Alrighty.
We will be victorious.
Let's see. What are their immunities here? He's immune to poison. I'm sure she is too. And what about her? And she's immune to poison? Wow, they're all immune to poison. Look at that. Okay. You know what? Let's make this a little bit easier. You start casting that. You, on the other hand, yeah, do the same thing. Just give us a lot of doggies. Shoot Minago. Oh, I should have buffed him. Okay. It's my bad. I'm gonna have you go over here. You're gonna attack this thing. Nail him. Nail that. Okay. Take her out. Oh yes, a sneak attack. It took off half her damage there. Give me help with the dog. Oh, she's on the ground? Oh man. Do you happen to get... You do. Okay, I'd take your power attack off because I want you to be able to hit things. Okay, do this. Oh, you can't do it. She's knocked down, but it won't count the coup de grace. Okay. Well, just hit whoever you're going to hit then. Did we kill Nura already? Or did she disappear? I think she disappeared. Dang it. Where'd she go? Son of a gun. And I don't have a C invis on me, do I? Rats. I don't have one memorized, but do I have one in an availability of a spell? I don't see one yet, but that doesn't mean there's not one in here. I could glitter dust her. Do I have any glitter dust? Do you have glitter dust as a spell? No. Oh, yeah, you do. Right here. Okay. See if she's here. There she is. Nail her. You. Run over here and get her. Excellent job. Finish her off. Now. I doubt you can make her sleep, but try it. You, my friend, come in here. I want you to heal. Nara, can we get you? Somebody's spell failed. I think it was Nara's.
You stubborn ass! You want to die for a heap of rocks? Go ahead. I'm not staying here.
Really?
No, my dear. You are. You will either fight to the bitter end, or I'll break your delicate little neck myself with these very hands.
Are you threatening me, my mortal toy? Me? And with what? With the power I gave you. You ungrateful beast!
No.
Give me back what's mine. Take
No.
him, he's yours. And Dresden too. I don't care about this fortress or this half-wit.
Well, there you go.
So tired of you mortals. Your humdrum little passions. Your constant squabbling. Your incessant accusations and excuses. You treat each other like dirt. Push weaklings like these two into our arms. And then you have the audacity to accuse us. Come on, punish your traitors. Show countless times.
So, did you decide to escape?
You're a clever one. Take your filthy rag. Take your befouled ruins. You can make soup out of this moron for all I care. I've had enough war. We Lily two were created for tenderness and love. Stay away from me with your swords and shields.
Tenderness and love. Yeah, but with a side dish of conniving. Oh, so she can't teleport till she jumps down there.
I've been betrayed by people and demons alike. Now my life really is worth nothing. But that doesn't mean you won't pay for it dearly. Come on, you scumbag! Kill me if you can! I don't care anymore!
Enough of this insanity. Lay down your weapons, Staunton. Come back to us. You've been treated unfairly, but we can still make things right.
You really do believe that, don't you? You really think that you can still change something? Somehow bring a cursed soul back to the light?
Yep.
I wish I could believe like you do, hope like you, but I know too well, there is no hope. I've been dead for a long time. As a matter of fact, the torment of the last few years, I might as well have spent them in the abyss. The only thing you can do for me is finish me off.
And then raise you from the dead.
Let's get this over with. To arms.
Okay, so Socio. What do you want to do here, bud? Let's cast another wolves. I will go after her. Just, are we missing haste? We are missing haste. I'll cast haste. Dog, go after her. You try to put her to sleep. You punish him again. You smack him. Horse smack him. Alright, and where's my undead warrior? Yeah. You smack him. Alright, let's do this. What the heck? Oh, we just killed Staunton. That didn't take anything. Take over the Citadel. Now we have to leave the Citadel, but not until we get all of this. He's got a really nice piece of armor. He's got a glaive. And Nora, did you also die? Oh no, you're just right there. Okay, let's finish you.
There's beauty hidden in the darkest of places.
Let's decide your fate.
See it there.
Well, what are you waiting for, you scum? Come on, finish me off. Kill me like you killed Staunton. And be glad you've defeated the villains. Just make sure you don't wonder whose fault it was that he and I are on demons' side. Thoughts like that could make you lose your appetite. Let's see. I will not kill you here. You'll be locked up. And I'll think about what to do with you. Why? Chains that can't repair a maimed soul. Yeah. I was afraid you were going to order us to finish her off. I still think of Nora as my friend, and I believe there's still some hope for her. I don't, but I'm going to lock her up because I've never done it before, and I want to see what's going to happen. Do whatever you want. You can't escape the demons. Your head will be on Baphomet's altar. Tomorrow, if not today. Alright, and now I want to look at something. Dorink, lots of weaponry. Oh, you can use this. You can use Soul Shear. Oh, my goodness. Okay. It's a big question of who I want to have. I've had this guy use it before. But, it's interesting. Social, even his picture has him holding a glaive. I'm going to give it to him. This is because I want him using a reach weapon. I don't want him being into the fray. He needs to be from behind. And so this is neat. Not that this is going to happen with him a lot, but if he kills a target with it, it summons a demon till the end of the fight. Only one demon can be summoned per fight. If the demon is already summoned, every subsequent heal heals it and gives it a stacking +1 bonus on attack rolls. So depending on the hit dice of the demon killed, the summoned demon can be a Babao, a Marilith, or a Baelor. Wow, a Baelor. This one cannot be wielded by lawful good characters. He's a neutral good character, so that's why he gets to wield it. So I'm gonna do this, and buddy, you're gonna do that. That's gonna be fun. And then for okay. Yeah, we're not gonna worry about this character's going to leave this on because it's got bonuses. This is going to go, this piece of armor right here, the carapace, is going to go on our tower shield specialist that we're going to make. So she jumped off. Of course, she jumped off. That leads right down to where everybody was standing. So I don't know how Manago actually managed to get away. But she did. Dresden.
The commander of the crusade has managed to overthrow 70 years of demonic rule in Dresden and restored the Sword of Valor to its rightful place. Will the commander be able to defend the banner he has won with such a valiant effort?
Yes, he will. So that's the end of Act 2. Now there's a whole lot of other stuff that's going to happen here before you can actually get back to adventuring. After a very long load time. Oh my goodness. That last 3%. 2%. 1.
Urgent matters of state are awaiting my attention. My convoy will be departing for the capital within the hour. I'm afraid this is all the time I can spare you. So do please forgive me for skipping the lengthy and well-deserved congratulations.
No need to apologize. I want to get back to adventuring too.
Every death is an irretrievable loss. But considering the scale of our forces, the losses among our troops are tolerable. Morale is high among the Crusade forces that were entrusted to you. You handled the command superbly. I never doubted your personal ability to deal with the demons. I knew that you could become a living symbol for people to follow. That you have now displayed a decent head for tactics is a pleasant surprise. I believed in your success and prepared for this outcome after a fashion. I brought a reward to personally bestow upon my Knight Commander. But now, I think this reward is insufficient. So please, accept one more gift from me personally.
Well, a ring? What? Are we betrothed now?
I thought I heard you make a rather gauche joke just now. I must have misheard, I'm sure.
Right. Not that I'm chaotic good or anything.
Now on to the main matter. The Sword of Valor has been returned to us. Touching it has awoken your power and changed the great relic beyond recognition. Many clerics are at a loss to interpret this unexpected turn. Is it an omen? Happenstance? A warning? Only one thing can be said for certain. Your power is astonishing and unlike anything ever seen before. Although, I must admit, this power has taken a most unexpected form. Frightening to many, but thrilling to some. The gods' machinations are curious indeed.
I mean, the lich spells are just better. That's all there is to it.
There. I have said all I wish to. Is there anything you wish to discuss with me before I depart?
Nope.
Very well. Then I shall take my leave. Irabeth will bring you up to speed on the situation in the city and surrounds. And together, you can decide on what next steps to take. Good luck, Commander. Remember, this is but the first step. The road ahead will be long and difficult.
Oh, tell me about it.
Allow me also to congratulate you on your victory, Commander. We won the battle for Dresden, but this war is far from over. The demons know our true strength, so we must brace ourselves for a merciless counterattack. They will do everything they can to gain control of the city and destroy you personally, and all of us along with you. The only good news is that cultists make up more than half of their forces, so they will have to march the same roads as our fighters. If they were all demons, they could appear here instantaneously and lay siege to the city. Praise Iomade for small mercies.
They can't appear here. We have the Sword of Valor. Are you not paying attention?
The main demon forces are moving out from the City of Eyes and the Threshold Fortress. Scouts are reporting that for now, we don't stand a chance of tearing through the defense and launching a counterattack. We can only gather our forces, rebuff their attacks, and wait for the right moment. Unfortunately, other hostile groups keep appearing out of nowhere. And on top of all that, Minago is still prowling around somewhere out there. Anevia is trying to find out where that Abyss scum has run off to. Maybe she's already got some leads.
Yes.
Luckily, we are not alone. Mendev is with us. Queen Galfrey has sent us the first reinforcements. They've just entered the city.
Oh, well, that's good.
Besides, news of your victory is spreading through Avistan. I'm sure that crowds of new volunteers will soon be pouring into Dresden, inspired by your feat. And that's very good news, because we're going to need troops. Here is a brief report about the main problems we're currently facing.
And so this is the funny part with the game where it just kind of explodes. Like, it's all been somewhat linear so far, with a few side quests and things, just like retake Canabras, drive to Dresden, retake Dresden, and now it's like boom, 1,000 different directions at once. All right, secret path. What are you talking about?
We usually spot armies of demons in advance, as their hordes march along the gray road from Eyes or Threshold. But sometimes packs of them appear out of nowhere. They're managing to avoid our scouts somehow and sneaking into our territory. If we don't solve this problem, we cannot attack. The demons will just appear at our backs, block off the gorges, and cut us off from Dresden. Anevia is trying to find out how the demons are getting into our territory, but she hasn't succeeded yet. Talk to her. She will tell you more about what she's doing.
There's a patrol missing?
Yes, it disappeared without a trace during a mission. We didn't even find any bodies. Maybe someone abducted them, or there's some natural threat in the area. We can't rule out the possibility of desertion, either. The troop was patrolling the southern road out of the city. The last surviving settlements of Sikoris lie in that direction. But after the siege of Dresden, contact with them was lost. Hardly any of the inhabitants survived once the demons invaded the area. That's where I started the search.
Winter Sun has been revealed, and that is actually one of the zones in the game that reminds me the most of classic Baldur's Gate and Baldur's Gate 2. There's a lot going on there, and I love it. I wish there would have been less of these smaller zones in this game and a few more winter suns instead. It's fantastic.
As if we didn't have enough problems
Dragon.
with demons already. Now there's a wild dragon in the vicinity. Luckily, it's not part of the demon army. If the demons had a dragon on their side, it could pose a serious threat.
The dragon caused me to rage quit the game at least twice. But each time I came back to the game and I pressed on, it's actually not too bad. I just don't like the way they have the various dragon encounters set up until you get to the last one. But it's another one of those things in the game that once you learn how to deal with it, it's not that bad.
But there's very little food in the world wound, and the dragon doesn't seem to have a taste for demons and cultists. She keeps attacking small squads of crusaders, picking off those who fall behind, ravaging supply trains. The dragon's been sighted frequently in the sky, but we don't know exactly where her lair is. We have someone to help with this, though. Do you remember the dwarf who bravely attacked the Baylor in front of the citadel during the siege? He is back in the city, and he doesn't mind hunting this dragon, apparently. Go talk to him in the tavern. We might be able to help each other.
Greybor, who is the
Remember that Nabasu that attacked us?
Slayer.
He had powers that no ordinary demon should have. It is not the only demon of its kind. We keep receiving reports about similar monsters. All isolated cases for now. But it's possible that in the future, we will see entire squads, if not armies of them.
So we have to fix
Find
that.
out where they're coming from. Find the source of their power and destroy it. If we don't, they will crush us before long. Even you can't defeat an entire army of such monsters.
Not yet.
There is one more thing. As you know, there is a vast dungeon under Dresden. It's almost empty now. The only prisoner is Nura Dendawar, the traitor you caught. We've temporarily placed the body of Staunton Vane in the dungeon. You slew him. What are your orders regarding his body? Anevia thinks we should burn it quietly and forget about it. Some want to see his corpse displayed in the square, but I don't think we should behave like demons and barbarians. He may have been our enemy, but he deserved to be buried as a knight. However, the decision is yours.
So if you take the Lich Mythic path, which we did, you can actually make him a companion. I kept thinking I had heard that he was a companion.
Commander, that day during the battle,
I had kept seeing when I would look up websites that would show how many companions there are in this game. I'd see Staunton Vane, and I kept thinking that there was a way to redeem him, that if you chose all the good choices, he would eventually turn his back on Monalgo and become a companion for you. Oh no, that's not how it works. You have to take the Lich path and make him undead. Raise him from the dead.
that is all, Commander.
So, and in fact, you can do that with several. I kept hearing these names of these other companions. People say, oh, you can take this companion and that companion. And I'm like, I've never ran into those companions. Oh, well, you do if you take the Lich Mythic path. So that's how it works. We got a bunch of stuff to do now. The Dragon Hunt. We can go see Greybor. We're going to head in this direction, because down here is one of my favorite people. Somebody that I can sell a bunch of stuff to. Right there. So we're going to sell a bunch of junk right here. Show me what you have for sale. And we're going to try not to get rid of anything that we might want to use. So all of this is bye. Heavy. This is full plate. What is this? Breastplate plus one. Full plate. I don't think I need any of those. This is Armor of Dispersion. Each time an enemy confirms a critical hit against the wearer of this hide, that enemy was affected by the equivalent of a Dispel spell. Nobody's going to be using that armor. Nobody's going to use that. I don't think anybody's going to use that or that, but we'll... Sure. Immunity to nauseated condition. No. Alchemist shirt. We're not going to use. Naturalist armor. +2 studded leather armor grants the wearer a +2 insight bonus to AC against attacks of plants and vermins. I don't think we're going to need that, but I won't get rid of it just yet. And then this is where things get a little tricky, is with the weaponry. I want to get rid of that. This is Fractured Battle Axe. Nobody's going to use it. Tender touch, nobody's going to use that. Dueling sword, nobody's going to use that. A blaze of disaster. The +1 flaming quarterstaff grants the wielder the ability to cast fire spell. I'm going to hang on to it, but I don't think anybody's going to use it. Vicious hand axe. Nobody's using that. Bastard sword of hope. Nobody's using that. Quarterstaff. Agile dagger. Warhammer. Long sword. Hand axe. Great axe. Nobody's using that. Alright, what is this? Short sword. Somebody might use that, and it might be a... I'm going to save these two kukris. I'm going to save that falchad, because somebody may end up using that. What is this? Masterwork daggers. Don't worry about that. The deal with the falchad is that's going to be our two-handed character's weapon. And then books. Books. No heavy books. Great. Okay. Alright. So. Yeah. Let's do that. We need to get Ember's ring. Because Ember right now is using what? She's got this. The red salamander. And the ring of chaotic fascination. That is not... I think this ring is really expensive. It's like 50,000. How much money do we have? We have 139. What we want to get for her is the ring of pyromania. We want to get her the Def Leopard ring, so... And Arasino has it. We can ask her about her wound. Why do you think that might be? Can you give me some advice on how to heal it? Thank you. And then precisely why I'm here. So, rings of pyromania. It is 50,000. Whenever the wearer of the ring deals fire damage through a spell, they deal an additional 1d6 plus fire damage. They also get a +2 bonus to caster level checks made to overcome spell resistance. Yes, it's the one thing I'm actually going to spend money on. So that Ember can have it. So a little early cash for you, my darling dear, so you can have that. There you go. Now, let's go over here. One-eyed devil to the inn. Because I want to reroll a couple of mercenaries here. So I did do some work, some research on a couple of the buffing classes. One was the Vivisectionist and the other was the Brown Fur Transmuter. The Vivisectionist, as it turns out, really is only useful for buffing, putting shield on other characters. That to me is not enough to warrant having that character in your party. The Brown Fur Transmuter, on the other hand, is a completely different deal. I love it. It's actually the way that I think wizards should operate in the game. They can learn spells from scrolls, just like a wizard. But when it comes to memorizing their spells, they don't memorize copies of spells. Like here, and there's a bunch of spells, but like here, I've memorized a bunch of different versions of shield, and every time I use one, it takes one away from here. The Brown Fur Transmuter doesn't do that. Each slot is individual to a spell, and then like a sorcerer, they can cast as many versions as they want that they have spell slots for that level. So they'll put like mage armor here and shield here, and then they can cast that. What do I have? I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They can cast it 10 times if they want, and each time they do it, it reduces a number on there. So it's like a sorcerer, except they can memorize from scrolls. I've always felt like that's the way all wizards should work in Dungeons & Dragons and Pathfinder. Brown Fur Transmuter works that way. So it's pretty cool in that respect. And then it has a really cool ability where that it gets at like level 9 or 11. I think it's level 9. It's level 9. They have an ability where they can take any transmutation spell that is only targeted for themselves and they can target it to other players. The thing is, none of the really good transmutation skills that you can give to other companions really show up until level 6. Now, Blink shows up, I think, at level 5, and that's awesome. But the really good ones that you would use to buff your tanks with, I say tank is a generic term, meaning either a defensive fighter up front that's going to have high AC and it won't get hit, or an offensive fighter up front like a two-hander that's just going to do a lot of damage. Those buffs, it's only the transmutation spells, and they just don't start showing up till level 6. So that's kind of what's going on here. But I get a bunch of cool spells now, which is really neat. All right, I'm going to keep Blur on for a little while as far as the spell that we're going to hang on to, but Stinking Cloud. So here we go. Here's some of the first ones. Corrupted Blood. The target is nauseated for 1 round. Spell resistance does not affect it. Every round they can make a saving throw to remove the nauseated condition. If the target dies while nauseated, it deals 66 damage to all creatures. That's a neat one. Mastery of Flesh. You know how to deal with both mortal and immortal flesh. This is neat. When used against an enemy, the spell deals a certain amount of damage to living targets and undead targets. Used on an ally, it heals undead targets 4d6 plus caster level, and living targets for damage. So Mastery of Flesh is kind of like a healing spell. Power from Death. You know how to gain strength from fallen foes. You gain +1 attack rolls, saving throws, and damage rolls for every dead creature in a 30-foot radius, up to a maximum of 3 + 1 per 5 caster levels. If the bonus is +3 or higher, you additionally gain an effective haste spell. That is a neat spell. I'm going to memorize that one. Here's the ones that I really like. Now, we've got this, but I'm going to have one of these spells ready to go. Eye of Bodok. I love this. For 1 round per caster level, you can gaze, giving your enemies in 30 feet a negative level each round. Oh my gosh. Actually, let's do this. Vampiric Blade does exactly what it says. And then Consume Undead. You siphon the power of unlife from the target undead creature. If it's an enemy, it is dealt 1d8 damage per caster level. That can end up being a lot. And you are healed for the same amount. Ooh. That's nice. Anyway, that's some of my undead spells. So what do I have? Do I have 2 mercenaries? I have her, and I have him. Okay. We don't need a second cleric like this guy, because I finally understood how to get Social a pet. So what we're going to do is re-roll him into a brown for a transmuter. And then we'll re-roll our 2-handed person. So I'm going to do that, and I'll show you what it looks like. We'll just roll through the whole thing. Let's do it. I'm going to save this. What I like to do is save this as... let's do this. So when I respec characters, save it right here. All right, let's do the first one. This will be easy. We'll do our 2-handed specialist right here. All right, custom portraits. So what's she got? She's got a big old sword, but she's not going to be using a sword. The character I like to do for the 2-handed thing is that guy. Plus he looks a little bit more like someone who would be hanging around with a lich. Oh, we're not actually going to do brown for a transmuter or not. We're going to do this one. Okay, we'll start with this because I want my other class. So this is fighter, 2-handed fighter, obviously. As far as species, you're free to take anything. I think everything works pretty good on this, but I've been going ASMR. They do get let's see. In this case, I might go human. And the reason being is that The Asimar gets wings at level 11, which add +3 dodge bonus to your AC. So an Asimar is somebody you want to use when... I think it's kind of like the ideal class to use when you're making a tower shield specialist. But for this offensive fighter, it's not that. And this skilled, they get an additional feat. Characters gain 1 feat at first level, and every 2 levels of humans receive a bonus feat at first level, which is pretty much the reason to do this. And then as far as which character to do, there's 2 down here that are pretty cool. The Chilaxian Diabolist, she gains a +4 dodge bonus to AC against devils, which is nice. The other one is the River Kingdom's Daredevil, which gains a +2 bonus to AC against attacks of opportunity and adds mobility to the list of class skills. So that's how that's going to work. This character is going to go, let's see. Can I just do... Yeah, they're not going to need their charisma for anything. They're going to want... Let's see. This is the hard part, is you got to come up with 13 points in Dex. And, oh, wait a minute. One of these is not necessary. And we'll find out when we get to the feat selection. So I'm going to do mobility, knowledge world. I always like to have someone with some perception. Let's do lore nature because we don't have anybody with that. The dogs handle athletic. Let's do perception for camping. Which one is it? Combat expertise is the one that your tower shield specialist needs. You take a penalty to dodge rolls in favor of a dodge bonus to your armor class. We don't need that, and it's the intelligence 13 one. The other thing is... Can't type today. Precise strike requires dexterity 13. And outflank requires intelligence 3. Okay. So we don't need the high int score. So we can go back here and we can say, hey, we don't need this. And you can just poke it into con if you want. There's nowhere else we can really poke another point in there, is there? Okay, we'll do this. There we go. So that'll work. All right. So he's all offense the whole time is what this character is going to do. And what I really want is the Fauchard, because it's a long reach weapon, but it also has a huge, it ends up with the widest margin you can for crit range. So I'm going to grab that early. Weapon focus, Fauchard. All right. And then let's see what else do we want down here? Yeah. Precise strike, because a whole bunch of our team has it. It doesn't really matter who you give him. I'm going to give him Gorham. Make him chaotic neutral. All right. Do this stuff real quick. All right, this is what Joblo's going to look like. We're going to give him this.
This waiting bores me.
This really, we're going to give him this crazy voice here. All right. Yeah, I know. You're going to have you're going to have a good time with that Fauchard. That's for sure. So then I still want to take 3 levels of Slayer. He's going to get sneak attacks in there, but he's also going to get studied target. So it gives him weapons. And Spawn Slayer, which gives him bonuses to steady target against large creatures, which we're going to have a lot of as we're fighting later on in the game. So I still like that plan. Perception. So we'll do that. Slayer, Spawn Slayer. And then I don't care so much about the power attack stuff. I mean, it's something to grab for him later, but it's not necessary now. And I just think cleave sucks. I mean, look at it. Lots of people are like, cleave. What is this? As a standard action, you make a single attack. So let's say later on you've got 3, 4, 5 attacks per round. You make a single attack at your full base attack bonus with a foe in reach, and if you hit, only if you hit, you deal damage normally and can make an additional attack using your full base attack bonus against a foe that is adjacent to the first in reach. I don't care about that. So it feels like cleave has gotten worse over the years to me. But what this is great is this number of additional attacks equal to your dexterity bonus, because creatures are going to fall down all the time from our dogs. And then you get a combat trick or a combat style feat. If you go two-handed, there's all this. You could skip right to cleave, apparently. I'm not really caring about all of those choices there. What's there for combat tricks? Blind fight's pretty good. Exotic weapon proficiency, don't need. Shield, yeah, don't need any of those. Okay, what else is in here? Oh. I was thinking improved initiative, but this isn't the character I want that on either. You can get trip as a bonus feat, but I prefer to let the dogs do all that. I just want this person swinging their weapon. So, I think... two-handed weapon. I think, man, might have to grab power attack or dodge, which isn't the biggest deal in the world. It's either that or taking blind fight now, because you're going to need this later to stop from getting hammered by gaze attacks. Yeah, I'm going to do that now. All right. Spawn Slayer 3. This gets you your backstab damage. Your sneak attack. And now what we're going to do is go up here and grab Barbarian for Rage. Because on the first level, Barbarian, you're going to get fast movement, which I don't really care about. And you're going to get Rage. And the Pack Rager, Rage, let's see. So this is the Pack Rager. And they get a bonus feat, which I kind of like. They lose the Rage power thing, which I don't really care about. Because there are a bunch of different rage powers. If you take the regular Barbarian and you scroll down here, that Uncanny Dodge is the other nice thing for them to get. Oh, which reminds me, level 2. Yeah, so she cannot be caught flat-footed, nor does she lose a dexterity bonus to AC if the attacker is invisible. This is like one of the only things that the Tower Shield Specialist might want to dip into, is just to have that. But for this character, let's see. The thing I was looking for was Rage Power. Oh, and it doesn't show you what the Rage Powers are. Okay. Well, anyway. Pack Rager, I'd rather have more bonus feats. So that's why I chose that the one time I was putting this class together. Accomplished Sneak Attacker. Yeah, I'll take that. And then you're going to go one more Barbarian Pack Rager so that you can get Uncanny Dodge. Cannot be caught flat-footed. And then you're going to grab these. Outflank. We already got Precise Strike, which is great. And then we're just going to go back to Two-Handed Fighter up to level 7. There's really not that huge advantage to going past level 7, and the reason is because of this. Not the Slayer. Fighter, two-handed, yeah. Am I doing the right class here? Yeah, two-handed, okay. I want to show this. At level 7? Where is it? Not Pile Driver. Which level is it? Strong. Right here. Level 7. You get Backswing. When the two-handed fighter makes a full attack with his two-handed weapon, he adds double his strength bonus to damage rolls. And then after that, you get a bonus combat feat of 8, but you're going to get more feats anyways. At that point in time, I'd rather switch back over to Slayer, because then you're going to get all the additional sneak attack damage. So that's my plan with this class. Power attack. That might be time to do this. Oh, you can grab an extra rage if you want. 6 additional times a day. Which I'm not sure that that's actually necessary. Okay, let's grab power attack because we will use that in certain situations. Don't care about cleave. Hammer the gap. Don't care so much about that one. Where are we at? We're still not as high as I want us to be. Okay. Armor focus. Yeah, you can get a +1 from that. You can get a +1 to dodge. Any condition that makes you lose your dex bonus to AC also makes you lose this. Actually, we're going to have not heavy armor on, so we don't want to take that. Don't care about bull rush. It's either that or this. If when you make a full attack, each consecutive hit against the same opponent deals extra damage equal to the... Yeah, I'm going to take that. I just want him to be a damage machine. Just a damage machine. So, back to two-handed fighter. Another point in strength. Spawns there. So we got a couple levels to go before we could start switching back over to Slayer full time. Improved critical and weapon specialization. Alright. Improved crit is nice on the Fauchard. It's going to really... And then weapon specialization on the Fauchard. Alright, and then on the Mythic rank, this becomes pretty easy. The first one to take is this. Unrelenting Assault. +2 bonus to damage rolls with melee weapons up to a maximum of +10. As long as you make one melee attack each turn. And then on the second Mythic rank... It's down here, improved critical, Fauchard. And then for this one, there are a couple different choices. I kind of like Thundering Blows. Once per round, when your melee attack misses the target, you deal sonic damage to all enemies within a 10-foot radius. That one's nice. Yeah, so Thundering Blows is kind of like one of the better ones here. Yeah, I like that. We're going to take that. Alright, so that character is done. He's going to look like this. We're going to go in here. He ain't going to look like much yet, but we're going to give him this chainmail of camaraderie, and the sole reason for that is +2 bonus to damage against flank creatures. He's going to be flanking stuff all the time. And if you have an outflanked creature, which that'll happen a lot, the damage bonus increases to 4. We're going to give him this Masterwork Fauchard for right now. You can see the... let's see, what is this? Critical range, 15 to 20. Yep, times 3. So that's kind of pure joy. Let's see, what is this? Yep. Whenever the wearer of the cloak is under the rage effect, they gain a +2 attack bonus on attack rolls against wounded enemies. He's got a belt of physical might. And then I'm not sure there's anything else here. We have natural armor +3. That's going to go on other people. So he's good. He's only has an armor class 22, but he's going to hit the crap out of stuff. So that's the first one. We will do the next one on the next episode. Because I want to get a tower shield specialist up and running. So everybody, thank you for watching. As always, if you dig the episode, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, leave questions and comments down below. I'll see you next time.